Hello students. Today we will learn about insects in chapter 6. So let's get started. Here are a few interesting facts of insects. Do you know children, there are millions of kinds of insects on the earth. Insects are tiny creatures. Insects differ in their size, shape, color, and many other features. Insects are the largest group of animals on the earth. First fact is there are millions of kinds of insects. Insects are very small, and each and every insect differs in their size, shape, color, etc. And they are the largest group of animals on the earth. We have a few other facts also. Insects do not have bones. All insects have three pairs of legs. That is, they have 6 legs in all, and 2 pairs of membranous wings to fly. That is, they have 4 wings. A pair means 2, right children? So 3 pairs of legs, that is 6 legs, and they have 4 wings to fly. Insects do not have bones. Let's learn here pollination. What do you mean by pollination? We'll study about it in a minute. Butterfly, honeybee, and bumblebee are the insects that help in pollination. So let us learn what is pollination first. We all observe honeybees, butterflies flying over the flowers and sucking the nectar in the flowers, right? What happens when they are sucking the nectar from the flowers? You find small grains on the flowers, right? So the small grains are called pollen grains. These pollen grains get stuck to the feet of the butterflies, honeybees, etc. And whenever the honeybee or the butterfly moves to another flower, these pollen grains are transferred from one flower to another flower. So this is called as pollination. What is pollination? The process of shifting of pollen grains from one flower to another flower is called as pollination. Honeybee. Honeybees suck nectar, a sweet liquid from the flowers, and they carry it to the hive where they live. The hexagonal chambers are called as combs. If you have ever observed a honeybee hive, you have seen a few boxes like things with 6 sides. They are of the shape hexagon. They are called as combs. These honeybees stored the nectar in these combs, and as the days pass by, this nectar changes into honey. So let us learn a few facts on these busy bees, honeybees. There are about 50,000 to 80,000 of worker bees in a single bee hive. There are many worker bees. There are many bees in a single beehive. Of them, worker bees are about 50,000 to 80,000. These worker bees are always busy. They go around the earth, around the gardens and suck nectar from the flowers and bring it back to the hive. All these worker bees are female. All the worker bees are female. The male bees are called as drones. The male bees are called as drones. And there is only one queen bee. And there is only one queen bee. And do you know, children, a bee produces only a teaspoon of honey. That is about only 5 grams of honey in her complete lifetime. Though it works hard as it's a very tiny creature, it could only collect and prepare only 5 grams of honey. To produce a kilogram of honey, all these bees have to fly equivalent to 3 times around the world in the air to produce a kilogram of honey. Bees do not want to sting you because they die. If you only disturb the beehive, they come and sting you. Otherwise, the bees don't disturb you. Bees has also shown to have many health benefits. The honey that we get from the bees have many health benefits. We can eat it and they can be used to apply on the skin, and it is also used for many medicinal purposes. The darker the honey, the better the honey. These bees are called as sting insects. The bees and wasps have a sting like this at the back. They can sting you when you disturb them. It's often poisonous but causes redness, itching, and pain. Let's observe the beehive. This is the beehive. And to collect the honey from the beehive, the bee harvesters set fire under the beehive. Here you can observe the bee harvesters collecting honey from the beehive. Look here how they are collecting the honey from the beehive. Yes. Now we will learn about silk moth. Have you ever heard the word silk? Yes, silk clothes. We wear silk clothes on important occasions, right? Where do we get the silk from? We get silk from silk moths, which grow on mulberry trees. This silk moths secrete a kind of liquid that changes into a thread, that is the silk thread. Let's learn another time like cocoon. The silk moth weaves a cover around itself using a thread. This cover is called cocoon. Let's learn actually what I'm trying to tell you. Look here. You see here the life cycle of butterfly. The butterflies lay eggs on the leaves, the tree branches, etc. And these eggs turn into caterpillars. The caterpillars or the moths feed on the mulberry leaves and they secrete the liquid which helps them to create a cocoon for itself, and the caterpillar hides itself inside this cocoon, and then this cocoon changes into a butterfly. The silk harvesters collect the cocoons and silk thread is obtained from the cocoons. And cocoons are the sleeping bag. What do you understand from this life cycle? You have observed a butterfly laying eggs. This is an insect. Butterfly is an insect that lays eggs, and these eggs change into caterpillar, and here the caterpillar is converting itself and sleeping inside the cocoon and taking rest. It feeds on large and large amount of mulberry leaves and it takes rest inside this cocoon. So cocoon is called as a sleeping bag. And inside the cocoon, it produces an enzymes and then it is converted into a beautiful butterfly. Let's learn a few facts about butterflies and their cocoons. Cocoons can be found hanging from the twigs or bushes or hidden under the rolled leaves of buried soil. Cocoon is made of silk. The butterfly can still remember its life as a caterpillar. What all it has done during the stage of caterpillar is remembered by the butterfly. Though the caterpillar doesn't exist and it is completely changed into a butterfly, it, the butterfly remembers its complete life cycle. Thank you. Do subscribe and like my videos.